Time is running out. If you're a homeowner in Oklahoma, you need to listen up. The big beautiful bill, the bad, the 25C tax credit is going away, which means you're no longer going to be able to save big on your home's HVAC or water heater upgrades. The good, 529 savings plans are now capable of paying for trade school for your students. So look out, trade schools, you're about to get an influx of students. So Trump just signed into law the big beautiful bill, is what he's calling it. I'm not here to discuss the politics of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. I care about your home comfort and how this impacts you and your family's most expensive appliances in your house, your HVAC system, and your water heater, and ultimately your college savings funds. So let's get into it. Let's get after it. Let's discuss some of the things that this bill has impacted for your home comfort. So let's talk about what's going away. What's going away is the 25C tax credit. What the 25C tax credit is it was an incentive in the tax structure that allowed homeowners to get a credit if they upgraded their system to a high efficiency HVAC system or to a high efficiency water heater. They could then get a tax credit of up to about $3,000, $3,500, somewhere in there. That is going away. So if you're on the fence and you need to replace your home's HVAC system or your home's water heater, now is the time to do so. So time is literally running out. The bill states that as of December 31st, 2025, we will no longer be able to offer that to homeowners at all. So that is going away. And one of the things that we really want to make sure that you stay really kind of up to date on is I don't think that this is something that's coming back, at least not for several more years. So whenever this bill disappears, things change in how we can make offers to rebates and how we can make offers for tax credits. And the biggest thing with this is we've had a ton of homeowners switch from a conventional single stage HVAC system to an inverter, variable capacity, variable speed system. And along with this, obviously, that is a more expensive system. An inverter system is on average going to be somewhere around 40% more expensive than that of a single stage system. If you're curious about what it costs, go to estimate.yarbrough.com and you can actually see the pricing right there on our website. But the cost difference is going to be about 40%. But one of the things that was huge is we are capable of offering this 25C tax credit, which then gave homeowners a quick and easy way to see, okay, well, this system might not cost $10,000, $12,000, it might cost $16,000, $18,000, but then we're immediately able to turn around and say, well, on your taxes, when you file, you're going to be able to claim the tax credit from the 25C and then get $3,000 off of your taxes, which is a huge incentive. That is going away. So if you're in the spot where you're thinking, I need to do this, do it now. Do it before the end of the year because it is going away and I don't really think that it's going to come back. At least, and if it does, I don't think it's coming back in the same way that it is in place currently. Right now, it's a pretty easy process. You just have to have a certificate when you file your taxes and then boom, it goes right there on a credit. What type of customer this really qualifies for? Really and truly, who the 25C tax credit impacts is folks who are maybe on the fence about upgrading their system to an inverter or variable speed, variable capacity system. This really impacts homeowners who are looking to do that upgrade. Not necessarily the folks who are going single stage to single stage or base system to base system, because there was no tax incentive there. But for folks who are considering, hey, I really think I want to get a high efficiency system. I really think that I want to pay less in my utility bills, or maybe it's that you want to do your part for the planet. Who cares? I honestly don't care either way. If you want to just pay less of your utility bills or do your part for the planet, guess what? You can achieve both with an inverter driven system. And so for the customer who is looking at that, moving from a conventional system to one of those systems, well, this is who this is for. The 25C tax credit is a means by which we can save a ton of money off of the purchase of a new system. Now, it is obviously, it's the marshmallow test. If I give you one marshmallow now, or if you wait a little bit, you get 5 marshmallows. 25C, same deal, unless you just happen to purchase it like in December and then you file your taxes like right thereafter. But getting the money back will come as a tax credit, not as a check or an immediate discount on that system. So the real person, the real customer and demographic that this impacts is that person on the fringe who is thinking, well, I would like to look at what the cost difference is from a conventional system to a variable speed, variable capacity, inverter driven system. So that is really who this impacts. And the 25C tax credit, I'm just going to read it off. So it's up to $3,200 for energy improvements on your HVAC system, up to $2,000 for energy efficiency upgrades on your water heaters, $600 on new windows, and up to $150 on an energy audit. Those are going away, so that savings will not last. So make sure, if you're on the fence, get a quote, get your house in order, replace your home's most expensive appliances while the savings is there, because otherwise you might miss out. Now, On to something that we are getting, which we're super excited about at Yarbrough & Sons, is so the 529 plan. 529 savings plans historically have been something that is reserved for college, and pretty much you could only spend it on a public or a private institution, and that's it. Well, now with the introduction of the big beautiful bill, the 529 plan can now be used to pay for trade school. So it really gives a clear and open signal to the whole country that, hey, the trades are a viable post-high school education route and career route. We have a ton of people making great livings here at Yarbrough & Sons, and a ton of people across the nation who are making great livings in the trades, working with their hands. And the new bill structure, the new saving structure for the 529 plan says, hey, you know what, mom and dad, if your kid decides that they don't want to go to college, after all, the trades are a very viable spot. And I'm super excited about this because this means that trade schools are about to get a whole lot better because the demand is going to be there for them to have the money, have the structure, and have the incentives to actually start putting more investment into their schools. So I'm super excited about that. But if your kiddo is thinking, hey, I want to go to trade school, obviously we take students right out of high school and train them up and get them into productive members of society. But if we're thinking, well, we want to go the education route, well, now there is a true path for us to be able to invest in our students' future through the 529 savings plan being expanded to include trade school. So we're super excited about that. But guys, ultimately, when it comes to your home comfort, I know that there's a ton of different companies you could choose. If you're in the Oklahoma City metro area, we would love to be your company. Whatever company you go with, make sure that they are up to date on the latest trends going on in the industry. And this isn't a trend, this is a big impact to homeowners in our area who've taken a ton of advantage of the 25C tax credit. And I don't want you to miss out because, well, you're on the fence about it. If you're not sure, hey, I don't know if I can afford it all right now. Well, good news is we have some great financing plans available that allow us to stretch out the payment of this at a super low rate. And so ultimately, if you want to save big on your air conditioning system, look at doing it now, look at financing it, and look at taking advantage of the tax credits while they're still here. Because with the introduction of the big beautiful bill, the 25C tax credit is going to be laying in its grave sooner rather than later. You don't want to miss out on potential savings. But good news is, if your kiddo's thinking about trade school, the 529 savings plan is now capable of paying for that. If you have any questions on either of these things, whether it's how you can save big on your home's HVAC system or water heater, or how your kid could get an introduction into the trades, we would be happy to talk. We'd love to have a conversation about either one of those. Leave us a comment, like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Do something nice for somebody. You never know, it might change their life.
Yarbrough.